Welcome back to International Scale Modeler. I'm Lee. Today we're going to do a review of another kit from RetrokiT, and this is the 172 Rebel Speeder in red. I think they do a blue and a red version, and no difference whatsoever between them, just the colour of the decals, I think, or decals, or whatever you want to call them. Again, they come in this box, not a lot on there, just printed, not suitable for children under the age of 8, etc, etc, made in the EU. And that's it, and obviously a part number as well. So let's have a look inside the box. It's a very sturdy box. You know, that's, you're not going to bend or break that at all. Very nice box indeed. And now, I've seen one of these kits. I think they're absolutely brilliant little kits. So let's get it out of the box. As you can see, it's well packaged. Comes in all this bubble wrap in here, which isn't really needed in that box, to be honest with you, because the box is fantastic. So let's pop all this out. Bring this back in here. Right next to Darth there, look. Right, okay, so we'll have a look. We'll have a look at the main wings first. Well, the main body by the looks of it. It's a big old lump of resin. These are resin. Now, obviously, as with all resin, when you're cutting it down and sanding it and things, always wear a face mask or have a fan on of some sort. Do it in front of your spray booth if you've got one and everything, because it's not nice stuff when it gets into your lungs. But as you can see, let's zoom you in a bit on this. It's a nice big lump of resin here. This is all not used, so you can get rid of this. As you can see, the cut here, it's going to be difficult to cut that on that angle. As you can see, yeah, it's all right from that side, but this side's cutting it down across that angle. It's going to be difficult, but it's easy to file and sand resin. So, but it's nicely cast. The lines are nice and neat and crisp, and everything in there. The cockpits, the seats and everything are well lined. I don't know how much of the cockpit you're going to be able to see once you get it together. But underneath, as you can see, that's just the main body, one solid piece of resin, which is really nice to see. And that's not going to take too much clean up at all. Obviously, always wash your resin parts once you've sanded them, because they do come with loads of gunk and stuff like that on. So always wash your resin parts. We've got a bag of greebles, as we like to call them. Just put these down here. Quite a few of them, and as you can see, all resin, all attached, and all on their canopies and everything. This is the canopy, and as you can see, it's going to need a lot of clean up, as you really do with all resin parts, to be honest with you. You can't buy a resin kit and expect it to be in perfect condition. They always need clean up. But literally most of this is just a scrape with a scalpel, like you would any normal styrene model or anything like that. And then just working around, and you just have to take your time with it, that's all. The good thing about resin, if it's misshaped, it's literally just run it under warm water and you can reposition your resin and everything. But on this block as well, you've obviously got your cannons, your blasters as well. And to say one of them is slightly warped there, but once I get it off, it might be okay. But if not, again, you just run it under a piece of some warm water to get it straight again. So we go on, we've got other things here. It looks like the engine nacelles on the rear. Now I'm going to zoom you right in on these so you can have a good look at the detail. And that's blurry, let's try that. There you go. Okay, so as you can see, some fantastic detail in there. Absolutely wonderful detail. Now these would normally be covered up, they would have panels on top. But what I would imagine the panels, because you don't have any exposed engine parts on the snow speeders, if I remember rightly. Yes, no, somewhere on here there's got to be some engine covers. Oh, there you go, one there. Look, I think, yeah, that's it. Yeah, because it's got the little tab on it that goes on there like that. Yeah, so what you've got there is you've got the option. Obviously, it's going to give you the option. Don't know until we look in the instructions, to leave those open. So if you had it in a diorama, or it's in the garage or something like that. And it would be a shame to cover that up. There's some fantastic detail in there, some really, really nice, which is great because you can get that with resin that you can't get with styrene. As you can see, fantastic looking little thing. We've then got we've got this, which is the rear, which goes on the rear. As you can see, ooh, pop it in there. It's nice fins. Again, because it's resin, it comes out really nice. A little bit of clean up needed. Obviously, it's got to be taken off the block as well, off the sprue. But a lovely bit of chunk, some nice detail on there. Let me just zoom you back out a little bit. Okay, and then we've got other things like engines and thrusters and all sorts of skiddy bobs and things like that. Again, very well cast. There's a little bit of soft moulding here and there. It's going to need a little bit of clean up as well. But you know, these will look really nice when they're done. And again, you've got these. I think these are the These will be on the underside. Oh yeah, there we go, on the top here, by the looks of it. And that would fit in there like so. But again, some fantastic detail, really nice detail to pick out and play with and things like that. Again, it does need, there is a bit of warped, there are quite a few little bits of warped stuff, so you're going to need some work under the tap. But some lovely detail, lots of little greebles and odds and sods, as you can see. I'll just put them all under there because there's loads to go through. So as you can see yourself, there's fantastic little things like struts and stanchions and all loops and all sorts of things, and inside engine covers. But fantastic, so great little kit. So again, because it's a fully resin kit and everything, it's not just part resin, that's full resin. You're going to need to do to make, so there's got to be some work done on that. So the best thing I would suggest with things like that is to take all the resin off in one go. Luckily it's not a big kit, so you haven't got hundreds of parts to try and sort out and remember where they go. Take it all off of the resin, clean it all up in one session, and then you can just sit there with your mask on or the fan on to take that resin dust away. And you'll find once you get in the zone, cutting up and cleaning it up, you'll be through it in no time at all. But if you do it piece by piece, when you're doing one bit, then you do another bit, and it can get, I think, probably a bit monotonous, because once you've cleaned it all up, you can just get on with building and painting it. So, because obviously it's not going to take long to build, I don't think. You then got some decals. Now, obviously, as I did with the Battlestar Galactica one, or something like this, I won't be painting, I won't be using decals unless I'll be painting it. I find that these decals on these small kits are not usually very good, but let's have a quick look. Stick it in. As you can see the writing on this is 1/72 scale, but you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but these are not kits for beginners. So if you're going to take this kit, you've probably got some skills, some modelling skills anyway. We've been modelling for a while, because these aren't kits for the light-hearted. But as you can see there, the print is zigzagged, where it's been done on a like an inkjet, not a high resolution one. So and they've got this like little yellow line around the edge, so they're not in register either. So I wouldn't be using those at all. I'd use the little ones because obviously those would be too hard. But these stripes, it literally is because they're nice, easy shapes, and they usually follow the lines already on the aircraft, so you can kind of ascertain where they're going to be anyway. And because they're straight and angled, there's no curves or anything like that. Really easy with a bit of Tamiya tape to get that right, and just paint them on. And believe me, it'll look 100 times better painted on than decals anyway. It always does. And finally, we come up to the instruction manual. So let's have a quick look at this. Right, okay, so as you can see, it's A4 paper printed on, which is fine because this is a little cottage company that do this. They're not a big mass run thing, and they have to order these in. But as you can see, the assembly, yeah, there were the engine parts and everything. But as you can see, it builds up underneath, and you've got the air brakes and stuff like that. So the good thing about this snowspeeder is you can build it in a diorama, or you could probably get a 172 AT-AT. I can't remember what the Bandai ones are. I don't think they're 172. I think they're 144. I can't remember. But you may be able to construct a leg alone in 144. It wouldn't be that hard. So you can just have it flying past the leg on a little tiny diorama base, because this isn't going to be that big. You can stick a little thing in there and you can have it zooming past the leg and just build one leg or something like that. I don't know, just an idea, you know. That's the idea I had. But it says here, it goes through painting and marking. It says here how to paint the pilots have an orange flight suit and white helmet. I think there's enough reference online, and if all you got to do is, it's an excuse to watch the film again, I think. So you can get lots and lots of reference for these as well. So, you know, you don't have to go by the instructions. I mean, it gives you a detailed, nice colour print out there. As you can see, how to do with these. Obviously, these are where all the decals will go and things like that. You can see those two there, match up with those. But that's very easily done with Tamiya tape. That's not a hard job with Tamiya tape. Again, all straight lines all the way around here. So again, not hard with Tamiya tape. Now, what I will say, I didn't see any pilots, I have to say. No. Okay, it says here the pilots have an orange flight suit and white helmet, but there is definitely no pilots in the kit. Okay, just double check that just to make sure I haven't got that wrong. No, unless I'm having a real blind day, there's no pilots included in that. So if you wanted to put pilots in, you'd have to make up your own 172 size pilots. To be honest with you, when I do models, I don't like to put. I don't put pilots in airplanes or anything like that because I just don't think they look real enough. It's very hard to get them very good in 148 or 172 or anything like that, and they just end up detracting from the model, I think. So I'd rather not have anyone in there at all and just, you know, focus on the model rather than the ugly person sat inside it. But there you go, so that's the instruction manual. So all told, again, nice quick review of a small kit. And that is going to be quite a nice size. If at 172, it's not going to be small. You can either just do that on a little wooden base with a pole up through the middle if you want, with a little plaque on it or something like that. That would look good as well. So you can have fun weathering it as well. I mean, there's obviously online, you can watch the movie to get loads of references and things like that. But again, it's another thumbs up for me. It's a very limited run kit. You know, they build them, they sell them, then they get some more. I think these little guys, you should support these little cottage industries because these are what keep our hobby alive and give us this stuff that's a bit different from the norm. And it's definitely not a Bandai kit, is it? That's much better than a Bandai kit. It's much more fun. I think it's a challenge to even the best modders because of the amount of flash and stuff like that on resin. And I think that's a challenge to anyone, where it doesn't matter how good a modeler you are, that'll be a challenge. So definitely not for the beginner, but it's a thumbs up from me. That's the 172 Rebel Speeder in red from RetrokiT. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.